In today's news, farmer and fishers stimulus list raises red flags, causes a frenzy among residents. Premier Fahie unable to confirm or denounce accuracy of lists, along with the number of persons who benefited and the total number paid under the farmers and fishers stimulus. The BVI Football Association hosts fundraiser for St. Vincent and the Grenadines Relief Fund. Church congregation private parties lead to sharp increase in COVID-19 cases in St. Thomas. Howard University names actress Alumna Phylicia Rashad as Dean of College Fine Arts. We have so much more after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News.
The win.
What in the hell?
I'm freaking out.
Gender
is about these people.
It's always a pleasure coming to you live and direct from the...
What's poppin'? What's really good?
Davis has won it for the Lakers.
Welcome everybody. It's Thursday, May 13th, 2021. I'm Ron Grant. We're coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. A happy Thursday to one and all. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, before we get into our newscast, we have a few summary items. Too many inelectoral laws that's being made, Honorable Fraser suggests, and be warned, BVI Electricity Corporation can now disconnect you remotely. No threshold required to seize drugs under the new Traffic Act, believe it or not, and some $2 million collected from government's money transfer tax so far. More schools needed, believe it or not, says Honorable Wheatley, and he announces plans for a junior high school. Beginning on the local scene, a much highly anticipated and talked about story in the BVI. An unofficial list of farmers and fishers folk who are alleged to have received stimulus checks from the government of the Virgin Islands is raising concerns among residents. The list, which names a number of local individuals who are said to be farmers and fisher folk, show amounts ranging from $9,000 to $22,000 being received. Our newsroom reached out to the Honorable Minister of Finance and Leader of Government Business, the Honorable Andrew Fahie, to confirm the authenticity of the list, the number of persons who have to date received funding under the Farmers and Fishers stimulus package, and the total amount paid in this particular stimulus package. Fahie, who was in the House of Assembly at the time of our request, has since not answered the question, but instead issued a statement to our newsroom saying, and I quote, "The government of the Virgin Islands has been made aware of a list that is being circulated with information, apparently including fisher folk and farmers' names and amounts received for COVID-19 fishing and farming stimulus initiative. The authenticity of this list is being examined as discrepancies have already been identified by the requisite authorities, which raises a major red flag. Upon completion of the review, this entire matter, further information will be made available. The government of the Virgin Islands," he said, continues to assist numerous persons and businesses during the ongoing global pandemic in the transparent and prudent manner that will withstand the test of time. That was a quote from the Honorable Leader of Government Business, the Honorable Andrew Fahie. Now, in a day and age, viewers, where government ministers take pleasure in calling everything fake news when it really does not carry their agenda, government officials in this case are yet to confirm the authenticity of this list, which begs the question, is the list indeed accurate? And perhaps not all persons have received checks as yet, or, moreover, the stimulus packages for farmers and fishers folk was said to have been issued in 2020. If this list is not accurate or comes from a bogus source, why is it that the Minister of Finance, along with his team of financial advisors, are not readily prepared to denounce the said list and its content and then submit accurate data to the general public? Is accurate data not being kept, and does the Minister of Finance and the requisite authorities not have an official list or the capacity to keep proper records? Now, since the circulation, viewers, of this list, some persons have publicly come forward calling for the Premier to make clear as their names are published to have received when in fact they said they have not. One individual, Nicholas Colwood, took to social media stating, and I quote, "Can someone please explain how me and a few other names on this list and we haven't received anything from this government? Government of the Virgin Islands, Natalia Wheatley, Andrew Fahie, the gentleman tagged, your team have people bashing us and our names all over the place when we did not receive a penny. Can you all please provide us with the people of these British Virgin Islands with a real list out of Treasury Department showing who really received monies? Get our list correct? No. We ain't taking no blame for what we didn't receive. Now, viewers, I know what you're thinking, and you're absolutely right. What a terrible timing for the government of the Virgin Islands to really prove their ineffectiveness when handling the territory's finances, dead smack in the middle of a commission of inquiry. Of course, as you know, the commission of inquiry was issued on January 19th, 2021 to look into whether or not corruption, abuse of office, or other serious dishonesty may have taken place amongst the public elected statutory officials in recent years. We'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on this story. The BVI Football Association, in partnership with the VG Football Committee, Speedy's Fahie CCT, and Mr. Nice Guy, was hailed as a great success by organizers, players, and spectators alike. With a field entertainment provided by Mr. Walkie of Black Sage Management and on-field excitement created by exhibition games between U1's 13, the under 13 and the under 15 and women's team representing Tortola and of course Virgin Gorda, as well as the BVI All-Stars against the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All-Stars and large crowd really enjoyed themselves and had no time in hesitation in joining with the Football Association's effort to add monies to the St. Vincent Volcano Relief Fund. In an official quote, they said, "We had a lot of kids turn out and every game was well attended," commented FA member Mr. Craig Grant, who spearheaded the event for the football competition committee, and between the liaison with those on Virgin Gorda who had done much of the groundwork and on short notice. Everything turned out really good and everyone involved needs our thanks. The coaches too for putting the teams together and of course the match officials. Everyone, Grant concluded. Now, whilst the final sum raised has not yet been calculated, for the record, Jadon Abrams and Kyle Farrington scored to give VG, the under 15, a 2-0 victory, and the women battled 0-0 draw, whilst the BVI All-Stars really indebted to a 75th minute goal from the national team for their goalkeepers, Philip Graham, playing up front for a 1-0 win. The Football Association here in the British Virgin Islands continues to do remarkable work in bringing awareness to the sport of football and making sure that avenues are accessible to students who wish to participate. And we are happy to see them joining the efforts as it pertains to the relief efforts for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Still ahead, church congregation, private parties are said to lead the sharp increase in COVID-19 cases in St. Thomas USVI, and music lovers are going to be happy to hear that Tina Turner, Jay-Z, and LL Cool J have finally been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have all this and so much more after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and our partners that hold us down. It's season 2 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, taking you on the most inspiring journey with the best and brightest distinguished gentlemen of the BVI. Raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men like you've never seen them before. Governor Augustus J.U. Jaspert, Jovan Klein, Neil Klein, and so much more. Turning modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen with yours truly, Ron Grant, a 284 Media production. Viewers, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Now on to regional news over in St. Thomas, USVI. The VI Department of Health Commissioner Justa Emancio made known this week that a dramatic uptake in COVID-19 cases has been affecting St. Thomas over the past week, bringing the positivity rate up to 3.33%, that is, compared to the 1.86% last week. As of Monday, there were 94 active cases in the territory, 16 of which were registered on St. Croix, 77 on St. Thomas, and 1 on St. John, USVI. The commissioner said the increase in cases was connected to a church congregation and carnival weekend parties in St. Thomas over the weekend, and were organized despite Governor Albert Bryan's orders against them. Now, while entertainment events such as parties have been discouraged, Mr. Bryan in March allowed for up to 200 persons to attend a church service if the aforesaid amount is 50% of the church's capacity, 50% less of the church's capacity. Now, in an official comment, they said the most recent surge seen on St. Thomas is among unvaccinated individuals and was determined to be a cluster-related incident, and the more widespread disease is likely due to recent private functions and parties against the governor's orders. It is unfortunate, they said, that we are seeing this trend since the vaccine is widely available and easily accessible. Now, relative to the church cluster, the commissioner said the department had tested 50% of the congregation and would continue to take preventative action to mitigate this spread. Now, when we look at vaccine passport, Ms. Emancio spoke briefly about a virtual vaccine passport being developed for use in the public and for travel in lieu of testing. Until the passport is developed, vaccinated COVID-19 travelers still have to upload a valid negative PCR or positive antibody test to the travel portal before entering the USVI. She said the COVID-19 passport could be used for events similar to the One Fete division of festival events recently held. Now, vaccination centers have moved from UVI on both islands. The new locations are in Nissan Center in St. Croix and the Community Health Clinic on the second floor in the Schneider Hospital over in St. Thomas. All three vaccines, Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson, are available and offered in the territory of the USVI. There are no hospitalizations, thankfully, over on St. Croix, and right now there are 3 in St. Thomas, though none of the patients are on ventilator machines. Music lovers all across the world will be happy to know that Tina Turner, Sean Jay-Z Carter, and Todd James LL Cool J Smith have been inducted into the 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that took place yesterday, Wednesday morning, May 12th. It was announced that Turner and Carter would headline the performers category with the Foo Fighters, the Go-Go's, Carole King, and Todd Rundgren. Carter made history by becoming the 3rd solo rap artist to be inducted in their field last year for eligibility. Now, in addition to a Hove, rap icon, the one and only LL Cool J, who has received 6 nominations in the performers category without an induction, is set to receive the Musical Excellence Award alongside fellow honorees, the late Billy Preston, Randy Rhoads, with the last year's induction of the notorious B.I.G. Now, this year's recognition of two of rap's most celebrated and decorated artists have showcased the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's gradual embrace, really, of the hip-hop culture, which I think many persons will be happy to know. John Sykes, chairman of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, pegged 2021 as having its most diverse class. Now, this year's inductees included multiple artists receiving their 2nd induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Tina Turner is being inducted as a solo artist 30 years after receiving her 1st induction as part of the duo Ike and Tina Turner. Carole King was inducted with collaborator Jerry Goffin in 1990 as a non-performer, while Foo Fighters drummer Dave Grohl was voted in as the drummer in 2014. Now, famed poet and musician Jill Scott Heroin crafted, and as well as Charlie Patton, will receive the Early Influence Award, while music industry veteran Clarence Avant, the subject of the 2019 Netflix documentary The Black Godfather, will be honored along with Emmett Earton Award. Artists who were nominated this year but did not make the cut included Mary J. Blige, Shaka Khan, Dionne Warwick, Kate Bush, Iron Maiden, New York Dolls, and Rage Against the Machine. The 36th annual Rock and Roll induction ceremony will be viewed on October 30th at the Rocket Mortgage Firehouse in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, simulcast, of course, on different TV stations, including HBO. Many persons have really, over the years, looked forward for persons in different arenas and music industries to be recognized, and we're happy to see that the hip-hop artists continue to be awarded and recognized. Viewers, still ahead, Howard University names actress and alumni Miss Phylicia Rashad as Dean of College of Fine Arts, and believe it or not, there are zero COVID-19 deaths for England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland this week. We have all the details and so much more after a word from our sponsors.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up power?
Viewers, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Continuing on the entertainment on the international scene, the actress behind Claire Huxtable is returning to her alma mater as a dean. Howard University on Wednesday named multi-award-winning TV, stage, and film actress and director Phylicia Rashad as dean of its College of Fine Arts. Rashad, who began her career on Broadway before moving on to play Bill Cosby's TV wife on the long-running 1980s hit The Cosby Show, was a theater acting major at Howard University when she graduated magna cum laude with a bachelor's in fine arts degree in 1970. Rashad, now 72, said she looks forward to returning to the Northwest Washington school that shaped her theatrical skills, while she also studied courses such as psychology, French history, and Greek theater. Rashad, as a student at Howard University, said she graduated from the university in 1970. She said, "I would like to see the work that was established during my time blossom again with the new thrust," Rashad said in a recent telephone interview. She continued by saying, "I would like to see a program really contemporized without losing knowledge. I would like to see faculty empowered to create and produce and design robust systems and a robust program. I would like to see students engage in the disciplines of fine arts as they participate and engage in the university at large. I would like to see us graduate artists who are scholars as well." She added, "I would like and love to see us be a premier program at the university. I would like to see the College of Fine Arts not only reestablished, but to see it exalted. Rashad's hiring also marks the return of Howard's College of Fine Arts as an independent school within the university. In 1998, as part of the cost-cutting move by a previous college administrator, the university merged the College of Fine Arts within its College of Arts and Science. The absorption really angered many of the school's performing and visual arts students, faculty, and alumni, including Rashad. Rashad is being named new dean of Howard's College of Fine Arts. Now, the discipline, she said, and study of fine arts are not understood. They are undervalued. And that happens so much around the world. People imagine musicians, designers, and actors just wake up and do what they do. And that could be far from the truth. She said the discipline of fine arts was like training for the military. Howard had 307 students enrolled in its fine arts program this spring, according to the university. Alumni of the fine arts program include actors Chadwick Boseman, Taraji P. Henson, and singers Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway, and Richard Smallwood. Rashad agreed to a 3-year contract and plans to move to the district while also commuting between her current home in New York as well as Los Angeles for theatrical and TV work. She said, "I will be a working artist," she said. Howard President Wayne A.I. Fredericks said Rashad will focus primarily on 4 areas: teaching, modernizing the school's curriculum, expanding the enrollment among the fine arts majors, and designing a more modern fine arts building. She was the best candidate, Frederick said. "One of the things I was interested in was potentially having someone who was a practitioner in the field of fine arts. I think it's important for us to have people who are ready and able to stand up and guide the young people who are going into that field." Rashad's family has long generational ties to Howard. Her sister Debbie Allen, of course, multi-award-winning actor, dancer, choreographer, and director, and a 2021 Kennedy Center Honors recipient, also graduated from Howard University a year after her. Their father, Andrew Arthur Allen, graduated from Howard's dental school in 1947. Now, Rashad had previously worked as a guest lecturer, adjunct professor, and master class instructor at several colleges, including Howard, and she has also served on Howard's Board of Trustees from 1996 through 1999, and then again in 2013 to 2016. Students and faculty fight to save a classics department at Howard University. As a winner of a multi-performing art awards, including the Tony and Drama Desk for her theater work, as well as multiple Emmy nominations, Rashad becomes a rare selection as a dean at the university. Now, while she is the recipient of 13 honorary doctorate degrees, believe it or not, from such schools as Howard, Brown, and Spelman College, Rashad becomes one of the only handful of Howard deans who did not graduate from college with an advanced degree. Frederick said Rashad's vast experience in the entertainment industry really advanced degrees usually required for a dean position. We are happy to see that the wonderful Phylicia Rashad is giving back in such a way. A committee made up of the fine arts students and faculty conducted a nationwide candidates and finalized the list, and she is the respective dean of Howard University's Fine Arts Center. 0 coronavirus deaths have been announced in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland this week. Wales recorded 4 deaths, meaning that overall the UK showed a slight increase on the 2 deaths recorded on Sunday. It comes as Boris Johnson has confirmed England will proceed to lift more lockdown restrictions next week. Now, meanwhile, the UK coronavirus alert level has been lowered from 4 to 3 on to advice of experts. Alert levels 3 means that although the virus is still in general circulations, transmission is no longer higher or rising exponentially. Experts say cases, hospital admissions, and COVID-related deaths have all decreased, and vaccines are having the desired protective effect that they are expected. Now, with the latest figures showing a third of UK adults are now fully vaccinated against the COVID-19 and 2/3 have had their first of 2 doses. The UK moved to the highest COVID-19 alert level in January as the nation was put into lockdown, and there was a real risk of NHS becoming worldwide. By late February, the alert was lowered to 4. Now, the alert system, viewers, which follows recommendations by the Joint Biosecurity Center, is independent from government decisions on easing or tightening restrictions. Graphics show coronavirus alert levels from 5 to 1, where 5 is risk of overwhelming healthcare services, 4 is transmission, high, 3 is virus general circulation, 2 is number of cases, and transmission, 1 virus no longer present in the UK. Now, in stage 3 of the government's roadmap for lifting England's lockdown, starting on the 17th of May, people were able and will be able to meet in groups of up to 30 outdoor, with 6 people or 2 households can meet indoors. People will also be allowed to stay overnight with those in their households or bubble. Now, pubs, restaurants, and other hospitality venues such as cinemas and soft play areas will be permitted to reopen indoors as well. And up to 30 people are to be allowed to attend weddings, receptions, and wakes, as well as funerals. Now, foreign holidays will also return on Friday. The government announced that 12 destinations would be placed on England's travel green list, meaning anyone returning from those areas will not need to quarantine from May 17th. Each stage on the roadmap outlines the lockdown has been separated by a gap of several weeks to allow scientists to really assess the impact. The previous changes, which in stage 2 included the reopening of non-essential shops and outdoor services in pubs and restaurants. Now, in Wales, indoor hospitality such as pubs, cafes, restaurants, cinemas, theaters, and museums are expected to reopen from May 17th. All tourist accommodation is due to reopen, and wedding receptions can have up to 30 people indoors and 50 outdoors. In Scotland, from the 17th of May, indoor hospitality venues are expected to resume, with alcohol being served until a certain time. Cinemas, amusement arcades, and bingo halls should reopen, and indoor group exercises will restart as well. More restrictions may be lifted in Northern Ireland on May 24th, including the reopening of indoor hospitality, hotels, Airbnbs, indoor group exercise could resume as well, and wedding receptions and funeral wakes will restart. We are happy to see that the situation over in Europe is moving and shaping into a much better situation, of course, with the continuation of the vaccine rollout. But we're happy to see that cities are continuing to move towards some level of normalcy. Viewers, we'll be right back after a quick commercial break. You're watching 284 News.
The win.
What in the hell?
I'm freaking out.
Gender is about these people.
It's always a pleasure coming to you live and direct from the...
What's poppin'? What's really good?
Davis has won it for the Lakers.
Viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media, and of course tweet for BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. We will see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. We're 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284 Media. Happy Thursday to everyone. Do have a great rest of the evening. Bye-bye.